Hi guys, so I wanted to do this video so that you would be able to utilize the library link through Schoolcraft College in order to do some of the research for your Harry Potter research paper. The reason why it's a research paper is because you're going to be finding a few sources to help back some of your ideas about what the themes, motifs, symbols are in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So I wanted to do a video so you can see how to use that and the steps that you need to go through in order to access the library link when you're off campus and probably from home. And so I'm on the Schoolcraft webpage here, and all I'm going to do to get to library is click on resources, and then I'm going to go under study support and click on library. And so now that's going to bring me here. Now this is really important to see because at this time we can't be on campus, and so you'll need to learn how you can access everything that you're looking for. Now personally, I'm a fan of periodicals, and so I would click here, go to magazines and journals for these purposes here, and then now in other courses, I would strongly recommend that you use EBSCO Discovery Service. That will help you quite a bit. But an Academic Search Complete will work for you also for basically all subject matters, but specifically as it pertains to literature, JSTOR is yet another potential search engine that you could use for this. So I'm going to start with EBSCO and we're just going to see what's there. So I'm going to go under the off-campus link here. I'm going to click here for EBSCO. And so there is a password and a user ID that you have to use. So in order to sign on, this is the user ID. And then I've included the password. Whoops. I've included the password in our online classroom because I'm posting this to the internet and I can't just give away the password, okay? But I'll have that posted for you here. So let's see if I typed that in correctly. I did not, so I'm going to try it one more time. Okay, so that's the user ID, and then, oh, I see what I did. All right, there we go. Okay, so now we're here. And if I just want to say, you know, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and symbols, you know, and we'll just do symbol. So then that way we can capture symbolism, symbols, and some of these other terms that are here. So let's just try for that. Okay, and so you see we're having some sources pop up here. I'm sorry, I'm going to go back to where I originally was just so you can see the other things that are here. Now, since you're searching from home, it's really important that you'll probably want to access the full text online when you're looking. So I've clicked that here, full text. Okay, and so now we'll search it because we only want things where we can get the full text from the comfort of your own home. Isn't that nice? Okay, so we'll look and see. Oh my gosh, it just completely erased what I had. Jeez. Okay, talk about bloopers. All right, so we've got this. I'm typing in symbol. Oh my gosh, and then full text. Here we go. Seriously this time. Just kidding about those other times. Okay, so now you can see that anything that you click on here is going to give you the full text, which is what you want to see. Okay, great. So we see some of these are not going to be solely about Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Some of them might discuss quite a bit, actually. So I'm just scrolling down so you can see all these sources. You can see this, that you have to really specify and look and see if this is going to be in the first series. Sometimes a lot of the critiques now at this point are actually going to include quite a bit of all the series, right? So everything in the series. So we've got here the failed quest for immortality. That's one of the themes that's used, right? And so this idea of trying to obtain the thing that all humans, allegedly aspire to, which is immortality and wealth, right? Which is what Dumbledore was referring to at the end of the book. So this would talk about this in the entire series. And that's possible for you to use these sources as well. So this just gives you an idea. I've found 3,000 sources total. Okay, so that's not a bad place to be in, but we don't really need things from 1889, right? So we can kind of slide this up a bit to make sure that we're really getting sources that are going to be viable for our use. I'm just going to go up to 1990 just because I know that we'll get this somewhere in here. Okay, and so that's actually cut down the sources to 2,960, of course, right? Because it was only written at a certain place, at a certain point in time. And you can see here, you can select what type of source that you actually want to read. So ebooks, magazines, academic journals, trade publications, etc. I'm just going to click on academic journals because there's only 137 of them, and that gives me a really good chance to go through and try to find some things that might really work well for me here. Okay, so here we go. The Magic of Harry Potter, Symbols and Heroes of Fantasy. That sounds like something along the lines of what we might want here. The source is Children's Literature and Education. This is an academic journal. Okay, and then the abstract gives you what the summary basically of the source is. Okay, so it talks about the appeal of Harry Potter. That's one of the things that you have to talk about in your final essay, so you might want to take a look at that. The imaginative appeal and symbolic efficacy of the books for children are examined in terms of Bruno Bettelheim's The Uses of Enchantment. Wonderful, because that's what I've been using to talk to you about the fairy tales with. And so they also reference another wonderful source that I've used, Joseph Campbell's The Hero with a Thousand Faces, and you saw that video. So this really is right along the lines of what you would want. And so once you see that that's what you would want, you can click on PDF full text over here. So this is just one source. You have to use a few sources, but this looks like it could be a pretty good one. And you know what? Actually, you guys, if you want to use the source, you can, because this looks like it's going to be a really good source. It's 13 pages long, but if you want to, you can always search it. So if you're looking for, symbol, you can see how many times symbol is used in the book. And then, you can kind of say, okay, well, let's see how this is talking about symbols. So if there's something specific you're looking for, you can do that. If you want to know about this idea of heroism, and, you see here, Sandra, the Rise of a Hero. And if you want to see more about that, then you can just click. You can see hero is used 40 times. So this is going to speak quite a bit about that. And then, of course, you can save this, you can download it, you can print it. And there's one other thing that I want to show you that I think is going to be really useful for you by doing your research this way. This is the proper way. Let's go back one. I'm still on this source. When you're ready to cite it, now remember, this is a literature class, so you need to cite everything in MLA format. When you go cite it, I'm going to click Cite here. And this is so I clicked Cite right over here under Tools. And this popped up above the screen that we were looking at before. And if you scroll down, you can find the APA reference citation. And you can find what we're going to use, which is the MLA citation. So that looks downright awesome. And I'm on a Mac, so I have Pages, so bear with me. So I'm going to copy and paste this so that I have what I need here. Okay, so I know that that's one of the things that I'm going to need. I'm going to need this citation. The only thing I'm going to add to this to make this correct is the access date. So I'm going to say accessed April 20th, 2020, and that's it. That's all you have to do for that. Okay, and of course I'm going to go back in and format this. And what I'll do is I'm going to find 2 more sources, copy paste them here, and then I'm going to create a sample works cited page so that you can see what is expected and what it's supposed to look like. Because of course this won't do as it is. You'll see me when you see the posted one the final one that I post, it will be, of course, Times New Roman, yada yada yada, spacing. It's gonna be double spaced, of course. And then I'll go ahead and put in the other things that I need here in order to do the special. Oh, this might actually just do it. Let me see. I forgot if Pages does it. Oh, it is going to just let me do it. Wow, Pages is something else. Wow, that is really something. I'm surprised because there's a special button you usually have to hit for the indenting like this. Okay, well, let me not mess it up. But in any case, but you'll get the idea. With hanging indentation, I'm going to go back and post that for you. Okay. Usually I'm in Word when I'm doing this, so this feels really weird to be using it this way here. I'm just gonna see. I don't know if anyone else here is using Pages, but so I don't know if that's gonna behoove you or not, but I'll show you what I come up with in the end. But that's one source. I definitely want to save it. Okay, and so I like that source. I'm gonna come back to that source. But let's go back to our original search. And in the original source, oh, hey now, The Boy Who Lived in the Cupboard. Okay, so that sounds great. Okay, now this source is saying that this is actually talking about non-normative identities, queer readings. Huh, The Boy Who Lived in the Cupboard, as if it's speaking about it as in The Boy Who Lived in the Closet. Very interesting, right? So I'm actually going to, I don't know if this is going to be the source that I would want or need, but if I click on PDF full text, I'll be able to get it there. But just to pull the sources for the citations, the works cited page, I'm going to pull this one too. That might be of use to me. And then going to go back and see what else comes up. So see some really interesting things come up here. Dragons and serpents, are they evil? So, you know, what we see here is that I'm going to actually pull these two because I want to read these later. Yeah, I do this every semester. I find new sources and then I read them and then I incorporate them into my lectures. And as a teacher, you will do the same. But yeah, these look like just things that I want to read in general, but that first source really looks like something that you guys could use. This one too, narrating hope, because hope, I think, is a theme, a strong theme in this. See, there are so many different themes that you can pull from this. I've really just talked about a few of them. I mean, that's just touching the surface of what's possible with this text. So we're actually getting some really good sources from Discovery Science, and I'm happy to see, or Discovery Service. I'm happy to see that. Shape-shifting, Harry Potter and Christian fundamentalism. As you know, Harry Potter series have been banned books because they are dealing with, you know, the occult, so to speak, witches and wizards. So interesting here. Wow, women in disguise. So there's a lot of, wow, this is so cool. Yeah, so there are a lot of great sources here. I've read a lot of essays. I'm going to show you how you can access some of those other ones. So that's EBSCO. I'm going to do the exact same search terms and I'm going to go to JSTOR. And I hope that this will work for this because this is what I wanted to show you, because I don't know if you've really used JSTOR as much. JSTOR is really more specific to language and literature. And so they have a bunch of great, you know, analytical articles and essays. They're academic journals that will should give some great literary insight on this. So let's see. I don't know if it's going to like this password, but we will try it. It's given me some hesitancy here. So I'm going to let this load